Alright, it's been a little bit since I've done anything like this. By anything like this, I mean made a video that isn't a short animation consisting of 3 seconds, maybe 15. Alright, but the reason why I'm making this video is not to show a tutorial, but to announce something for the channel. Now, I know I went on like a giant break. I'm not sure if I announced it before or after, I'm not sure. But I went on a giant break because of college and I was overworked. And now I'm resuming my animating, okay? And I'm pretty serious about it right now. Now, the reason why I'm making this video specifically, though, is to announce something that's coming back to the channel. Something that was introduced to the channel that was supported, but fell off only because I stopped animating it. Now, this was this little mini series, if you will, called A Part of Something. Yes, I'm still sticking with that name because I have no name for it. A part of something also is kind of, it has a little ring to it. But essentially, what I'm doing for a part of something now is giving it actual assets instead of just short term animating something that's inconsistent. So, what that means is that unlike the old one where you just randomly end up in an animation that has some game like mechanics in it, uh, every time a video starts for a part of something, a screen is going to pop up that indicates a part of something, and I'm going to break it apart and change like a number or something to indicate which part it is. And then I'm going to pull up two separate screens known as the start screen, all right, which I've animated, right? But it's not animated per se, but once again, I still animated it. And I'm going to bring up another screen in a second. But let's focus on this screen for a second. The start screen. The reason why I had it fade in is because, it looks nicer. It brings it in without making it look wonky. It's smooth. It makes it transition nicely, okay? But the reason why I broke it apart at the end is because I only need the first loop to indicate that the screen has been brought up. The part that makes this, well, the selection screen is the select arrow. Now, this is how I'm going to be indicating when something is selected, as the name implies. I believe it's self-explanatory. But essentially, once the little selection arrow begins its first frame, I'm going to turn everything within this box white, which is why it's broken down right now. And then I'm going to animate it. After its first loop, we're going to exit the frame and then break it apart to keep it from animating or resetting. As you can see, it has its transition and it has its little start frame. It has its little select frame. From there, after you select the little thing, right? I'm going to turn this red. Excuse me as I do all this in front of you guys. Yes, this is the whole process, by the way. This is exactly what will be happening every single time when I do it. We're going to select. We're going to delete everything. Yeah, that's right. It's going to be like this every time for me. I'm going to enjoy every second of it. And then we're going to pull up the file select screen. Same transition, by the way. Yes, it's blinding. Trust me. I should know. Now, I'll adjust them accordingly because sometimes it's a little off. I probably need to add barriers, but I'll figure it out later. Then we have the file select screen. After it's finished its first cycle, you break it apart again, and then the same process again happens with the little with the select arrow, but I make it smaller and put it on the top or something. But this is the asset. These are the assets so far for a part of something. I'm going to call it a part of something, the revamp, or I'll just call it a part of something. I don't know. I'll probably just let you guys name it. If anyone wants to name it, go on ahead, type it in the comments. It will most likely be chosen at random because I tend to go with the one that I like the most. So troubleshoot. But this is pretty much how it's going to be. I'm going to be making a part of something again, and it's going to be better than what it was before. Let's animate this. As you can see, by the way, by doing this, it adds like an extra, I want to say 3 seconds, which is longer than a good portion of the videos I make already. So But yes, this is pretty much what's going to happen. I'm going to start this up. There's no title screen yet. I'm going to make one. You go to a stinking, it goes through its little cycles, as you can see. I believe it looks pretty nice. I believe it transitions pretty okay so far, but this is exactly what's going to be happening. Wait, why did I do that? Then from there, it's going to, wait, what? There we go. Then from there, I'm going to animate this a little bit more, add a little space, and then we're going to delete all of this. Believe it or not, this is actually way easier than than a lot of my other animations, to be totally honest with you. Like, deleting them is way easier. Now we're going to turn this white, add a floor, and now we're going to go into the spawn point. There we go. And then this is the spawn. Now it's supposed to have a white transition. I believe this is the static spawn, but I'm not sure right now. Let me see something right quick. That's the spawn in, that's the spawn point, and that is the spawn stasis. That means I made a mistake while animating this. I'll work on it in a second. All right. So yes, this is how all the animations are going to start. Okay. We're going to start at the load screen. We're going to then go into the file screen. And then we're going to go into the spawn screen, where you'll most likely end up with different scenery. But that's supposed to start with a white transition like these ones, like the little file and select screen. But you get the point. All right. So this is how it's going to be from now on. This is exactly how it's going to be set up every single time for the beginning of any part of something. It's going to start off through this transition of these three main screens. It may be the title screen for the first start, but most likely these three main screens will be the transition for most things. Other than this, I am planning on making a shop again, because I really do like the ideas of you guys suggesting weapons and items, and I do like enjoying them. The hard part is implementing them into an animation and making them have a equal use while animating. But I'm pretty sure I can manage that. But yes, this is, okay, this is it. This is what's going on. This is a part of something. This is what's going to be happening from now on. I'm going to be working on this series, and I plan on making it better than what it was before. So if it doesn't look good, expect me to end up uploading and then deleting videos off YouTube, and don't freak out, okay? I want it to look good for you guys, because I actually enjoy seeing my art being perceived well. I consider this an art, okay? But yeah, so look forward to seeing a part of something part one, the revamp, the debut, okay?